Hello and welcome to Chilled Cardano. I am Eric and this is Michael.
What's up? What's up? Welcome, our Cardano people.
What's up, folks? We're back for another installment. Mike, I think I was right about the price action, so I think you owe me props for being right about that.
No, because it went up to $1.25 and I thought I was right, and it turns out during the time period we're just in a bull run, Eric. You just don't realize it yet.
Interesting. Let's just show the chart real quick so we could show what I'm talking about here. Yeah, I think last weekend started to pump, and then I was like, damn, dude, I guess you were right. And it went all the way up to 127. And then it just kind of didn't really drop too hard. It just kind of peaked, and then it went back to like a more sustainable price, I guess. But yeah, I can't be mad at it. It's at 118 right now. You know, I'll take like the slow grind upward at this point. I don't mind it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it looks great for a continuation upwards. It's taking longer than I would like it to, but at the same time, if we could just keep doing this week after week, we'll be in a really nice place towards the still hard fork in June. And I think after that, sky's the limit. We're getting a lot of applications coming online. We just had Minswap Ada on this week, and unfortunately, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but like I put it in the links in the Google Keep, but Defi Llama decided that it is not part of Cardano itself. It is a sidechain. And yeah, if you want to pop that link up, I put in the.
Yeah,
we could go through their explanation of it. Yeah, so basically,
yeah.
Sorry,
go ahead. No, I was just saying.
Please, by all means. Over the last few days, there's been some conversations on which chains should be included within the TVL of other chains, especially in regards to Minswap Ada and subnets. Here's a thread with our thoughts. At the moment, our methodology is very simple. Yeah, thank you. If a chain inherits the exact same security of another chain, we merge its TVL into the parent's chain. This applies to rollups on Ethereum or Aurora on Celo. It's just a smart contract that simulates EVM. Ethereum virtual machine for those newer people. However, this doesn't apply to subnets or sidechains, Minswap Ada. In these cases, security is different. It's a completely independent chain which just has a bridge to the main chain. I've seen some people mention the idea of a new switch to enable users to group these. I like the idea. At Defi Llama, we think the users should have the ultimate decision power. However, while this is easy to apply to subnets, it's not so easy for sidechains. What is a sidechain? Do you define it as a chain that has a bridge into another chain? If so, AVAX is a sidechain of ETH, and ETH is a sidechain of Bitcoin. It's easy to see that merging all TVL under BTC makes no sense. If you instead choose to define it by how chains define themselves in marketing, e.g. Minswap Ada markets itself very close to Cardano, then you end up with something completely subjective. Where's the line? How do you evaluate this? What about changes? Not a good idea. At Defi Llama, we support a lot of chains and protocols, so when making changes, we need to consider how it'll affect all of them. Please keep that in mind as you propose changes. So I like that. I like that explanation. I also thought very similar, like listening to Sebastian, who's one of the creators of Minswap Ada, talk about it. I just was like looking at it and I was just like, how does this like lock in value for Cardano and not move value to Minswap Ada? Now they do use Ada, but I just feel like all those transactions and all that that network congestion is moved to Minswap Ada, and that kind of becomes its own thing. It does not share the security of Cardano as well, so it is more so like a Ethereum flavored side chain. So like the chances of like it being hacked is way higher. I don't like that. I think as a Cardano native kind of person, you want to the reason I'm here is for the security, right? I know if I stay in this network, I'm way more safer than if I were to play with these side chains. And the other shitty thing that nobody ever talks about is the fact that when you bridge over, so you move your Cardano over to Minswap Ada, there's no way for you to bridge back. So once you're in Ethereum, you have to actually go back to like a centralized exchange, buy ADA again, and then move it back to an ADA wallet, which sucks because it's like we're trying to get out of all these centralized places, which basically is like banking 2.0, right? Because you're KYC'd in, and then they're able to pause your funds if they don't like, if they find something that you do is sketchy, they're able to hold your money, and that's like everything we're against. So I love the idea that Minswap Ada is trying to bring, but at the same time, I just don't think it's a finished product yet, and I wouldn't trust my money with it. And therefore, I'm out, Eric.
And for those reasons, I'm out. Yeah, I haven't really messed around with Minswap Ada because it just seems more Ethereum based than I would like. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem that appealing to me to like switch out my ADA for like pretend ADA and then like trade on those platforms and stake with those tokens and stuff. Like, I mean, apparently a ton of people are doing it because they have 100 million TVL already, but yeah. And I get their,
well, let's go into that too, right? Because like we could talk
though.
about what's the rationale.
Their rationale about like the splitting it off into their own like chart, basically.
Oh, DeFi Llama's rationale.
Yeah. Like
I understand it too. Yeah.
At first I was annoyed, but it makes sense. But yeah, I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
No, I cut you off. I'm sorry. Well, let's talk about how they're bringing people over, right? With these insane APRs, like it started at 10,000 APR for staking your tokens. But what are you getting, right? You're getting these tokens that are promissory notes for a future, like cashing out. Like I don't know, especially with like Muesli Swaps V2, you're getting milk yield. So it's like a yield token that you have to stake, and in 30 days you'll get milk tokens. So it's like at that point, who knows what the price of milk will be? And it's like, are you really getting the official 10,000 APR at that point, or is it more like a couple hundred, or because the price could dump real hard.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're putting that much liquidity into these things, and like what's the benefits of it? Like, is it really worth it? Like at that point, like you're getting less security, and then you also have to wait 30 days to get your rewards, and then possibly if you wanted to turn that back into ADA, it's a process.
Yeah.
I just like holistically, like the approach of it, I don't love. And I'd rather honestly just stick into the Cardano ecosystem, farm my min tokens.
Yeah.
I still love that project. Represent the mins.
The min boys.
And Sunday Swap to a lesser extent.
Yeah, it's like,
but like with these smart contracts,
go ahead. Just to go back to Ethereum, basically. Or like, I mean, I guess if you want to do like stablecoin stuff, it's kind of nice.
That is nice. That's the one thing that I'm like licking my chops, because then you're getting into like true banking, right? because then like any profits that you want to lock in, and you're like, let me diversify my portfolio, like then you could use it as a savings account that actually gets true yield, right? And you're not worrying about the price every day. You're not waking up and be like, like what's the price of Cardano? Like
Yeah.
you know, like, okay, like I put $1,000 to the side, like that's just earning yield, and I don't, like, rain or shine, that's there. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you're earning 21% on that. Get out of here. That's game over.
Yeah. But I mean, if you want to do Milko Meta, I'm not going to stop you. It's just not personally for me. So yeah, that was all I really wanted to talk about Milko Meta and Cardano wise. But I wanted to talk about, there's a lot of stuff going on with NFTs lately. And well, before we talk about that, we've kind of been in this like bear market for like the native tokens. So like it's made it kind of hard to like do the yield farming. I think on the last episode you kind of like alluded to the fact that this might happen, and I was probably more like, but who cares? Like, you're gonna make money long term. But then during the week, things just started dipping more and more, and I was getting like I had money in the min pool for a little bit, and then I was looking at that impermanent loss, and I was like, I don't know, I don't really want to risk it right now. Let me just hold on to my ADA and like sell off some stuff. And then things just kept going down. So like C Netto was at like 30 cents at one point. Now it's at 18 cents. Wi-Fi was at like $2 something, 220, and now it's at 136. So
It's a lot.
It's hard to like do any farming in this environment right now, unless you really like,
yeah, it's, I mean,
hold until it comes back to the price from before. But you got to be patient for
I mean,
that.
yeah. And like, you got to play the long game here. I mean, we're coming from the perspective of like Eric and I are like Cardano, like believers. Like, we don't think this is going to be here for the next 100 years, right? So what you're looking for is like great projects that like have a really great plan for their token, like beyond 6 months, like we're talking years. And once you start looking at the landscape of a lot of these dexes, like their main token is their mint token or Sunday token, and like what, besides yielding it, like if you're going to hold on to it, what is the utility of holding on to it? Like, what are you going to be able to get for it, right? Like, are there going to be new features that come on? And if that's the case, they should be telling people now about these features, right? So that you have something to look forward to. With Min, it's literally just like I said last week, it's a commodity to me. It's like oil, right? And you're farming it, and it's coming out of the ground, and you use it, right, to get more ADA. But the problem with that philosophy is if everybody has that same that thought, like you're basically just sucking all the value out of the protocol and not feeding it back in through a different mechanism, which makes the price go down and create impermanent loss for that subset of the tokens. So that like that's how the protocol is built. No one should be hating you for like cashing out and going back into ADA. Like, that's just the game that you're playing. So now it's like, it's fun because it's this chess game, right? So it's like, okay, now the responsibility is back on the Mint team to be like, what else can we do with this token to create long-term holders for it, right? I'm not I'm not a creative person in that aspect where I can figure out new games to play with a token. But the only people I really have, like, I gotta give props for, I was watching what's his name, Frosty, the creator of the CNETA token.
Yeah.
And he was on the Learn Cardano podcast. Shout out to them. Great podcast, very informational. But
Yeah.
they're having a great conversation about the token and like all the utilization of it. Like they've created new pools, staking pools, and they're going to try to buy Bitcoin with those pools and like create like kind of like this infrastructure where it's like if you're keeping up with Luna, they're buying Bitcoin for their reserves. So basically you have this treasury of Bitcoin and other assets that kind of hold the value of the token, right? So that way, like you're not getting these massive swings up and down. I love that idea. And I think if Mint can do that with their token, you're going to get it to hold its value better.
Yeah.
And on Twitter yesterday, Mint came out and they were talking about that. Like they're like, we have 40,000 ADA staked for you guys through these pools. Like, what do you guys want us to do with this? And they gave you 4 options. And I think
40 million.
Yeah, 40 million ADA. So it's a great question. I don't know, Eric, what do you think they should do with the, do you think they should, do you want to pull that up? I don't know if you can find the Twitter poll.
I was looking at it this morning, but I think it's kind of weird because it's like one of the options was starting their own pool, and then like I would rather they like put it into smaller pools just for like decentralization, you know, because I don't know, I thought we were in it for like the decentralization, not to like for them to maximize their profits.
Right.
But you know, it's good that they're putting it up to the community instead of just being like, we're going to build our own stake pool and put everything in there. But yeah, here's the tweet.
Can you blow it up a little bit?
Blow it up.
Kind of hard.
You're kind of hard.
That too. Good.
I hear you. You like to read, don't you?
I love reading. Where should the Minswap DEX temporarily delegate the ADA that is in liquidity pools of the smart contract? Please participate in the discussion and vote on the following forum proposal. A defining characteristic of Cardano DeFi is its built-in liquid staking functionality, which allows ADA to be staked while supplied as liquidity in DeFi protocols. In Minswap, this applies, for instance, to any liquidity provided in a pair with ADA. The Minswap DEX currently has about 70 million ADA in its smart contract, which means about 40,000 ADA every epoch could be earned if it were to be staked. As we work on a delegation framework and the on-chain tools to implement it, the opportunity cost seems too high to not stake it. Under the EU TXO architecture, each liquidity pool is one separate EU TXO with one separate stake key. Thus, we can only delegate entire liquidity pools. Bearing this in mind, here are 4 suggested options to delegate the ADA. Option 1, delegate all ADA in liquidity pools to a Minswap private stake pool. By having a large pledge, a private pool can earn APY and be more capital efficient. Option 2, delegate the ADA in liquidity pools to a FISO pool. Option 3, delegate as much ADA as capital efficient as possible to the private pool and follow the FISO pool strategy for the rest of the ADA. And lastly, 4, delegate the min ADA pair ADA to the private pool and follow the FISO strategy of the rest of the liquidity pools. As a reminder, these are interim solutions. Eric, what are your thoughts?
I think I like option 2.
Why?
Because they're gonna give it to the pools with under 4 million ADA.
So what are FISO pools?
It's like you know how Sunday Swap did their what was it called? LISO or whatever. Like there's a bunch of pools that if you staked your ADA there, they would give you like an airdrop of their token. I think Minswap kind of did the same thing with a bunch of different pools. So they would, sounds like they would delegate the ADA to the smallest pools, which to me would support decentralization as opposed to putting all their ADA into one basket. What do you think? What do
I
you
like that
like?
idea. Yeah, I like
Mm-hmm.
that idea, and I like the idea as long as I'm so fucking greedy. If you get rewards in like let's say Ardana, and you get the airdrop those tokens, that'd be pretty sweet. Like
Yeah.
I think you can create a little fun game within the game where it's like because they have so much, you're getting like way more Ardana, and if you stake into that FISO pool, um, by doing that, you're creating winners and losers, right? Because basically, you're throwing so much ADA into that pool, you're going to get a lot of the rewards, and then you're basically going to be like, "Hey guys, stick with us," and you're going to get like crazy rewards. Um, I like for me personally, like, God, it's such a rabbit hole because let's just talk about mid swap. Like having all that liquidity locked, what is that, 70 million? If you want to roll back up, all the
Mm,
way up, 70 million ADA. Yeah,
yeah.
there it is. Like personally for me, that's locked up in their protocol. They have the right to do whatever they want with it, right? I think they need to do what's best for Minswap to like succeed long term. This is a long game. And I want to see Minswap succeed. And the one issue
Yeah.
I'm seeing with Minswap right now is that their token price is going down hard. So whatever can stabilize that the best, I think that's those choices are very confusing to me. I don't know how they're going to work out. But
Yeah.
if
I
like
thought I was just like an idiot. I'm glad you were
no,
confused too.
yeah, like big brains, whatever, like whatever solution helps the token price like stabilize the best, I think is the best option for them, because at the end of the day people want to farm, right? And if you can create a situation where farming gets neutralized by this, and like people can take out min and cash out to whatever token they want, and you're able to keep those APRs high and the price not fall out, and kill your project, I think
Mm-hmm.
that would be the best solution.
Yeah.
Personally for me, as like they are a DEX and you want to survive, right? Because you do not want Minswap going to like 1.1 ADA. You know what I mean? It's a bad look.
Yeah. Um, and then I like this response of this person like getting mad that they're trying to make money off staking and not just give it to him personally.
Yeah,
Um,
people are just not. It blows my mind the people who come in this space and they try and shit and they learn nothing. They don't educate themselves. They just see a number, right? They see it's like 240% APR. They're like, holy crap, let me put everything I own into this. And it's like, do you know what you're doing? It's like, no, I don't care. The number's big, and then they lose their money and they don't understand how the game works. It's just like it's like
yeah.
this is the whole point of this whole space is like this is your money. You are 100%. It's your responsibility to learn everything about something before you do it. Like, like Eric and I always joke about like, hey, like where's the customer service for Cardano? I want to get my money back. Whenever we get rugged on something,
Yeah.
because it's like that's not how this works. Like this is pure like sovereign individual shit. It's like you're 100% responsible for your money. If something bad happens, at the end of the day, it sucks, but it's your fault. Like if you're putting your money into these things that are cutting edge, brand new, something's going to happen and you have to be okay with that.
Yeah. Um, so like with the prices of the tokens all going down, I feel like it makes like it makes the NFT stuff seem more appealing because it's like you're like, oh, I see what these people are doing over here. They seem to be, blowing up. Like the Claymates thing, or what, Clay
Clay
Nation.
Nation, what up?
Uh
Let's
they
go, Snoop Dogg. You.
they released some like ad thing with Snoop Dogg, so that was kind of fun. And of course, it made the price of
We can watch it
the.
pop that bad boy up.
Let me see if you can hear it. I might have to change the settings. Can you hear it?
No.
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 All right, give me a sec.
Hey, champ, I've been checking out that Cardano, and this Web3 stuff is exciting to me.
Yeah, they got some cool claymations too.
Oh, shit, that's my music.
Hey, Snoop, it's Charles Hoskinson here. I'm trying to get in contact with you, man. Call me sometime.
Let's hook it up.
I am rock hard right now. I don't know about you, Mike.
Very excited. Much excited.
So
Very
this is
cool
the
stuff.
little teaser for it too. And
I think it's pretty badass.
I had seen like people's profile pictures on Twitter of the Clay Nation.
I was gonna buy one 2 weeks ago too, and
Are
it
you
was like,
serious?
God, I feel like such an asshole. It was like 200. It was pretty cheap. I mean, like they were still expensive, but I was like, it's a very interesting project, but I couldn't. I don't
You
love the
couldn't justify
artwork.
it. Yeah.
I was like, it's very unique, but it's like, do I want to hang on to one of these bad boys?
I can't remember, like, I feel like I saw it a while back and I was like, they look kind of weird, like creepy as fuck. And then
Yeah, they're creepy.
And then, like, of course, when that happened, now my perspective is like, oh, they're kind of cool though. But it's like just because they're worth more money, I'm sure.
There's a mystique about it now. Yeah, it's called money. They're fucking gonna make you rich.
Other people like it, so it must be cool. So yeah, the floor went from like 1250 to 3,000, which is
son of a gun,
insane. And then I was looking
I think that's
like,
just the beginning, to be honest.
Yeah,
like these things tend to be very Ponzi-rific.
Ponzi-nomics.
Ponzi-nomics 101 right here, folks.
But I was looking at the history a little bit, and they minted for like 40 ADA. So just imagine if you had done that. It's insane. Congratulations to those people. But yeah, I'll probably not buy one of these because I've already missed the boat. I'm just too late to the game, so, and I don't have that much ADA to throw at it. I mean,
here's the fucked up part.
Yeah.
I don't think you have. I think if you want to look at like Bored Apes Yacht Club, that's the kind of potential you have. And now that you have Snoop Dogg as like the head dude, you have to realize how many Twitter followers he has. He has 20 million people following him.
Yeah.
Snoop has a lot of friends that are celebrities. If they start putting these as their profile pic, these things will go to six figures easy. And that's kind of what you're looking at. Like, I understand the floor is 3,000, but these things can easily go to like six figures. And I'm not even joking. Like, this is not financial advice. We're just talking shit here. Yeah. But like, this is what happens, right? Like, and this is the potential. And like, the best part about this is it's bringing people to Cardano's NFT collections, and we have some really cool shit out there.
Yeah.
And like, the cool thing about this claymation is they're building out like a metaverse. I don't know if you've seen on Twitter, but people are showing their like whole 3D image of their claymates.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I also think they're doing an airdrop. And this is
Yeah.
getting nuts because a lot of these NFT projects are doing airdrops, and these airdrops are worth 5 figures. They just did one for, what was it? Bored Ape Yacht Club. Okay. I think they did one for CryptoPunks. This new one called Azuki, which was 5 figures. Just for having these NFTs, you're getting like
Just for owning one?
$5,000. It's ridiculous, dude. What else? Yeah, there's some more other. Who else bought a project? I'm like, I want to say this is one on Cardano called Yummy Universe,
Mm-hmm.
and they're about to do something with staking, which sounds really interesting to me. I don't know if you want to check those out. Yummy. There it is.
Oh.
No, that's Yummy Coin. No, go back. Yummy Universe.
Oh, this one.
This could be a thing. Like I said, this is so hard. Like this whole section is like so brand new to Eric and I. Like
Yeah,
art is so subjective. So it's like hard to be like, well, this one's better art than this one. This one should be worth $1 million. It's like it's such a different beast. And understanding why something's gonna go up. I think we need to find somebody who's like in this game and like understands it. So if you are and you want to talk, definitely hit us up.
Yeah, it's a whole new world to discover for me.
And speaking of this, folks, not to
Here we go.
break up anything, but it's Eric's birthday today. Okay.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, Eric.
Thank you, Mike. Where's this going?
I don't know if you want to check your wallet, but we got Eric a present.
See if that congestion. One new asset. Let's see what it is. Grandmaster.
So I got Eric a birthday present. Why don't you actually go to the...
Oh.
They pop up in your Eternal wallet into Pool PM, which is way better. I don't know if you want to go to that one.
God, you're such an Eternal wallet maxi.
It's just a better NFT platform.
All right.
Token list.
Show everyone
NFTs.
everything. Token.
Bottom right. It's right there.
Heyo.
Boom.
I like
X
it.
out. You can go to
That's
Pool
pretty cool.
PM. Hold on.
All right.
Let's go to the cool part about it.
How do you do that?
Right there. Asset. Press that. Cool. Boom. Armor 2, class Rogue.
Female.
So a couple months ago, Charles had these guys on his YouTube platform, and it's they're making this video game called Grandmaster's Adventure, and it's kind of like an RPG game, and you have to buy one of your players. So these are one of the players, and you get to put them in the game and use them, and each one will have different traits. It's like I don't know if you played. I think it's going to be like kind of like, what is it? That Nintendo game.
Pokemon.
Zelda. Thank you, Zelda.
Oh, Zelda.
So it's kind of like that. Very
That's
early.
pretty cool.
I haven't. I mean, yeah.
Thanks, man. That's so nice.
Happy birthday!
I appreciate it.
I figured we're going down the NFT rabbit hole, so I might as well get Eric started. The fun little guy.
That's awesome.
And if you want to sell him, I
I'm
gotta see him on fucking
a
JPEG.
Can we pause this recording while I sell it?
Bastard.
No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome. You're too kind to me.
Happy birthday, Eric.
I'll look up how much you spent later and decide
Son of a gun.
how much you love me. That's awesome. But there was this week there was an NFT drop for Split World NFTs, which I had no clue what they were, Mike. And then you sent me some tweet of like a ship a cool looking ship flying by, and you're like, "Are we doing this or something?" And I was like, "What? I don't even know what this is." And then for some reason, I was just like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to participate. And so I bought a few. Um, they were 88 ADA to mint them. Right now they're down to $50 floor, but
58 of
yeah, 50 ADA floor. Sorry. But yeah, they have unique traits, and it's kind of a mysterious project. They haven't released like their website or anything yet. But they do have like what's it called? They have like a roadmap, and the roadmap has like an encrypted.
Let's check it out.
Here it is. So this is the roadmap, and they have like encrypted. This is classified until post launch, and then they have customization, real world utility. So I'm interested to see what this encrypted thing is, if it will be like anything cool, or if it's just like, I don't know. I don't even know what to expect, but hopefully it's something cool, and it brings up the price floor, because I'm here for the price and the art. But I was reading the Discord, and they were like, with the customization, there's going to be a way that you can like buy rare traits and customize it to be more rare, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, Mike, I know you got one yourself.
I did. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see Eric's in his wallpaper in the background.
A couple of my favorites.
So those are for sale, guys. If you want to buy them for, was that 2 million, Eric? You're selling those for 2 mil a piece?
Yeah, 2 mil.
And that's cheap, folks.
I'll go to 1.5, but that's about as low as I go. But yeah, I bought the Aneta Angel, and then I don't know, slowly getting sucked in to the NFT game.
It's hard not to, right? It's so much fun.
A fun thing to do. Also very risky.
Yeah,
but
it's very risky. I mean, you got to come at it from the perspective that like you got to like the artwork. If you're not liking what you're buying and you're just doing it for pure profit, you're going to have a bad time. If you like this stuff and you're just going to like get engrossed into the community, have fun with it. Understand that you might not get your money back, and you have to be okay with that. If not, then stay on the DeFi side, or just stay and hold stake Cardano. But I mean, this space is growing so much, and I think the people who kind of go out there and like play with this stuff, buy things, they're gonna profit. They just are. And it might not be Split World that takes off. It might be something else. But I think not, unless you're like in there in the trenches and trying shit out, like you're never gonna find the thing that hits.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if you're not playing with this stuff, you're never gonna know how it works. So
yeah,
to me, that's how I'm looking at it. It's kind of like you're getting your bachelor's degree in NFTs, and unless you put yourself in there and learn how it works, you're never going to understand it, and you're never going to be part of one of those communities that has a token or an NFT that goes to $1 million. You know what I mean? So it's like I was with my wife yesterday, and we we're just sitting in bed looking for one to buy for Eric, and it's just like we were spending like 2 hours just looking at all the cool artwork, and it's just kind of fun. It's like really fun to just play with this stuff, and each project has like their own like different traits and stuff, and a lot of them are going to be video games. So it's like you just don't know, like these communities are so small, and like guys like Snoop Dogg, when they come in, they just put so many eyes on it. He has 20 million people who follow him. If 1% of those people come and like start to play with this stuff, you're getting an influx of so many new people, and they could just buy the floor of everything, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of one of those things where you just want to acquire a lot of these and just hang out for a year and see what happens in a year. Because like the whole community of Cardano is just growing so fast. I mean, we might 10x the whole community space, and you might be looking back in a year's time and being like, holy crap, I could have bought that for like 50 ADA and now it's worth, you know, a couple thousand, you know? So it's just like,
yeah.
And also it's just like the NFT itself might become lucrative because it might be part of a game that you can make money in, like Axie Infinity on Ethereum, where you have these NFTs that you can play the game with, and then they can make you money, or you can loan the NFT out to somebody and it can make you money. It's just like I said, like, unless you're playing with this stuff and understand how it works, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities. A lot of the stuff's not going to work, and that's okay too. But like, it's an education to me.
Yeah.
You just have to be endlessly curious about it. Yeah, go ahead.
I think I'm going to set aside like a certain amount of ADA just to do NFT stuff. Just because I know it's more risky. So I'm like, but if I have a small amount that I'm like not afraid to lose, I think that it'll be more fun to do it that way. And then I won't go overboard and like just be all in on some rug pull thing. But I don't know if you saw the rarity chart come out for these, so you can like look up your number and then see like what rank of rarity it is.
Okay.
And I got a bunch, and my best one is only like, it's like 900th most rare. So I looked up yours and it's not very rare, Mike. I'm sorry. But
I figured as much.
Yeah. But it's cool to like, it's like a little lottery, you know, which also gets your lizard brain excited, waiting for the rarity chart to drop. But I don't know if you've heard about this. Speaking of NFT stuff a little bit more, there was a rug pull this weekend.
I just bought 12 of these.
Why are you tearing up? Fishbowl Gang was rugged. I had never heard of them until this weekend, but you know, their price was slowly going down, but it was at a decent like $100 average. And then they just sold off all their NFTs, and everyone was just stuck with, now they're worth like 12 ADA. But I wasn't really in that, you know, community, so I don't know like what happened. I just know they deleted their Twitter and Discord that day, and the price tanked. But this other NFT called Eggscape Club decided to be really nice, and they said, if you got rugged by that other project, Fishbowl Gang, we'll give you one of our Eggscape Club NFTs in exchange for yours. So I thought that was very nice of them, Mike.
And is it the same guys behind? Like, how do we know that it's not that? Like?
I just thought they were nice
the
guys.
The Ponzonomics continue.
We are not.
No, I'm sure they're nice guys. So what's the floor on these? Very similar. This is the problem with like I said, you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Because they're all very similar. And like I said, if you don't like the artwork and you're stuck with something that you spent 80 ADA on and now it's worth 10 or 5 and you're not even going to get that, it's like, you have to realize like it's like a straight purchase and you're probably not going to get your money back.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to be real careful with NFTs. I don't understand the space. I'm here to learn. Like I said, I plan on making zero money from my NFTs. And if I make money, great, you know, but it's like, it's not like I consider this a business. Some people are really good at it. I am not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, a lot of people are like deep in it, and they know the artists, they know the creators of the projects, and they're able to gamble, and they have like a little more insider information, and they probably hit on a lot more than we ever will, but we're trying to learn it because we think it's interesting. So we just thought we would share our limited knowledge with you guys out there. But yeah, let's get back to the non-NFT stuff. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Did you want to talk about the Wingriders stealth launch? What's that all about?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to go to the DeFi Llama chart. But Wingriders has been testing, like the developers have been testing. That was it.
Oh, okay.
I've been testing the protocol. It's in testnet right now, but I'm assuming at some point this week coming that it should be online. So this is really interesting. It's another DEX coming on, which you can pool, farm, all that fun stuff. And I think the more DEXs we have, the better. So this is going to be like the 4th DEX.
Yeah.
I really like everything that's going on with them. And the only thing that's kind of weird about this one is the farming, because so this is Wingriders. This is their swap token UI. It's pretty simple, sweet. I like it. It's not too complicated. Very similar to Min and Sunday Swap. And then eventually they will have, this is the cool thing, you'll be able to stake your ADA like Minswap's trying to do, but it's actually, coded and everything's going to be native, which is very nice. So while you're in a liquidity pool, you'll still be getting your 5% rewards from a stake pool. Now you're getting 2x yield, right? So now you're getting yield from farming, and now you're getting yield from staking your ADA. This is when Cardano starts to pull away from everybody else, because people who are coders in Haskell are able to build protocols that actually utilize the EU UTXO system. And now you're starting to get multiple different revenue streams for your Cardano. This is just the beginning, and I'm really excited for stuff like this. The only thing that I don't love is the fact that their token will not be released till like sometime in Q2. So they want to open up farming, but you will not get your rewards till later, until they have their token sale. They talked about the fact that they decided to do this when Cardano was like at 79 cents, and they freaked out because they're like, oh shit, like is Cardano going to zero? I don't know. They were worried or something, but I think they were worried they were going to have their token sale and then it was going to drop another 40%. We just don't know.
Yeah.
But it kind of stinks because it's like, I'm going to farm and I'm not going to get that token for maybe 3 months, maybe longer, whenever they decide to do that. So it's like, are you going to stake for nothing? And that's the thing. It's like, I'm going to get rewards, but I'm not. It's like a future promissory note, right? That's the only issue I have.
Yeah, it's always like a little scary to like be like, hey, we'll give this to you later, but we need your real ADA right now.
Right, that's the thing. It's like you're locking up your ADA in these pools and you're not getting anything for it for some time, because you're the one taking the risk for the impermanent loss on this stuff. And then if you're not going to get anything to subsidize that in the meantime, it kind of sucks. It's like,
yeah,
what's your timeline? Like, I would rather in the meantime use my Minswap, and then when they release the Wingrider token, then I would buy it or sell it or whatever the hell you want. But it's interesting nonetheless. I like I said, I don't know what their plan is going forward, like, but they said they want people to use their platform before they release the token. It's just like, all right. it's nice to have another, place to swap your tokens, but it's like, I might just not, depending on how expensive it is.
Yeah.
If their fees are cheaper than Mint, then maybe, but that remains to be seen.
Your favorite one?
It was until I found out that they're not letting you get the token until like they decide to do a token sale. And it's like, I understand they're trying to like
too much
get the most money, and they have a lot of investors, like outside investors. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know. The whole point is to like get rewarded for your risk taking. And it's like, if that's not the use case, it's like, I would rather stake my ADA and get like a token drop, like with Cardano, than put my money into a pool and like risk impermanent loss and then get rewarded for a token that might be worth less in the future.
Yeah.
It's not a great trade-off to me.
Yeah, it's like, especially with other dexes around, like if you're not offering like one of the best rewards, people are not going to want to do it. So if you come out of the gate like that, I don't know if it's going to be if people are going to want to jump into it,
Yeah.
We forgot to talk about this when we were talking about Clay Nation.
Yes.
Still want to talk about that?
Yes. This is very important. So, like I said, Clay Nation is going to have a metaverse, and they're doing a land sale. This is kind of one of those things where it's like, I understand the $3,000 floor, but everybody who has like a Clay Nation NFT will get like, let's just read this thing. Bake Nation, Sonic Village, and Underworld are the areas within Clay Nation, our upcoming virtual environment. Check our Clay paper for more info on the Clayverse. A pitch is a plot of virtual land so-called to fit the festival vibe. Bake Nation will be released at April 10th. So that's basically, they're going to mint this stuff on April 10th. There will be 12,600 pitches. That means like a plot of land in their metaverse. And for every pitch will be paired with a collectible Clay Snoop NFT. This will act as a key to future unreleased content. So Snoop's talking about releasing music. And so you might be able to get some interesting NFT with that. A public sale with 1,000 spots is reserved for Clay Nation holders. So basically, if you have a Clay Nation, you're getting one of these plots for without having to wait in line for a minting. And 500 are reserved for Good Charlotte holders. Interest registration and raffle soon. Info to be announced. Sonic Village and Underworld presale. Sonic Village, there's 10,000 pitches reserved for Clay Nation holders. So this is another project. And for holding the Clay Nation NFT, you're getting to be able to mint a Sonic Village and an Underworld as well. So by having Clay Nation, you're able to mint like 3 or 4 different projects right here. I mean, that's pretty sweet because each of those things might be worth like an insane amount, So it's like,
yeah,
now we're talking about like profit, basically.
Talking about attendees now.
We're talking attendees here, folks.
The rich get richer, which is
exactly.
I mean, if you got in it early, you're a genius, You're like.
But here's the thing, Eric. Like, it's 3,000 ADA, yes, for the floor. But like April 5th, Snoop Dogg's gonna have that conversation, and I think you're gonna get a lot of like media that talks about it, and the floor can easily double.
You're gonna buy one.
I mean, so it's like I'm almost talking myself into it right now.
I could see the gears turning.
Well, because it's like a year ago, I was watching that whole Bored Ape thing play out, and it was like people were complaining that
the stupid.
the price of those things were like like a couple $1,000s in Ethereum. And then I watched it slowly get to like 6 figures, and then some of them are worth $1 million. When you have guys like Justin Bieber come in and like all these celebrities, those people have friends that are millionaires too. And that's kind of the game you're playing. It's like, can I sell this to a celebrity for $1 million? You know? So
Yeah.
it's not an exact science. I'm not saying please do not buy one if you're listening. But I'm just talking about it. And it's a very interesting situation, I must say.
This is what FOMO looks like, ladies.
This is what FOMO looks like, folks. The greed is real.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like, just because you think it's gonna go up doesn't mean it will. And
right, it could easily go down,
split in half. You know, the price.
Right.
So. I don't know. If I was like drunk one day, maybe I would buy one and be like, what did I just do? But I don't know. For now, I'm gonna hold off. We'll see if I regret it in 6 months or something when they're worth 100,000 ADA. But yeah, I think that is pretty much all we had today, right?
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, y'all. It's a fun little rip.
Thanks for my birthday NFT. That was very nice.
Yeah, man. No problem.
Excited to check that project out. And yeah.
Have a good week, guys.
See you guys next week. And
see you guys next week.
Let you look at my NFTs for a couple seconds.
Oh yeah. God bless.